A Russian assault group is decimated in Ukraine. Russian infantry groups were detected by thermal imaging and attacked by the 3rd Assault Brigade. Group by group, they were neutralized. Units involved: 1st Mechanized, 1st Assault, and UAV Battalion. We have become accustomed to seeing Russian soldiers used as cannon fodder, a harsh reality that has persisted throughout history and continues in the current conflict. However, it remains astonishing to witness the sheer disregard Russian commanders display for their troops' lives. The relentless offensives, often marked by poorly planned assaults and high casualty rates, underline a cold indifference to human cost. Soldiers are sent into battle with minimal preparation and inadequate support, often facing overwhelming resistance and near certain death. Despite the heavy losses, Russian commanders press on, driven by objectives that seem more symbolic than strategic. Their willingness to expend so many lives for minimal territorial gains is a chilling testament to outdated military doctrines that value numbers over tactical precision. We have another, never-seen video of the attack on Russian ships in the Caspian Sea. The strike targeted the Gepard-class missile frigates Tatarstan and Dagestan.
Сама оторвалась, упала, не попали в него.
A Russian serviceman from the 25th Army, 67th Motorized Rifle Division, 19th Tank Regiment, Storm Detachment with the call sign. Sailor shared a story about the zeroing of his fellow soldiers, after which he was ambushed by 2 men and disappeared. Reports are growing of Russian soldiers speaking out about mistreatment, blackmail, and even the threat of death at the hands of their own commanders. These testimonies reveal an alarming pattern within the ranks, where dissent or questions about reckless orders are met with severe punishment. Soldiers recount being forced into dangerous offensives without adequate support, with little regard for survival. If they hesitate or voice concerns, they're threatened with retaliation, ranging from imprisonment to execution, often carried out under the guise of discipline or betrayal. This atmosphere of fear has pushed some soldiers to risk everything to share their stories. Accounts of commanders using blackmail to maintain control or sending troops on suicide missions as punishment illustrate the breakdown of trust within units. Some soldiers who dare to speak out or refuse to follow orders are reported to have disappeared, their fates unknown. Families are told vague stories, often left searching for answers that never come. The shadowy practices within the Russian military have created an environment where soldiers not only face danger from the enemy but also live in constant fear of those meant to lead them. This cycle of mistreatment and silence continues to erode morale and spark questions about the true cost of loyalty in an army that treats its own men as expendable assets. Abandoned by the troops, TikTok armored car STS-3 Akhmat in the Kursk region. Fully upgraded with a gunner protection, 14.5mm KPVT inside, as well as additional side protection and an electronic warfare system. Other units can only dream of this, chipping in for electronic warfare and driving loaves of bread, and these can afford everything. The most important thing is to have time to record a video. Russian propagandist Soloviev. Trump will demand that there should be no alliance between Russia and China, and he needs to crash the oil price so that it badly reflects on Russians. In no way is he our friend or relative.
We will not negotiate over our territories, but the question, for example, of whether we will take Berlin can be discussed with Trump. Like, all right, we will not take Berlin today. Just hypothetically. This is a question of the relationship framework right away. But Trump will demand something else. Trump has repeatedly said the most important thing is to prevent an alliance between Russia and China, and that he needs to bring down the price of oil to hurt Russia. He is no friend or relative of ours.
the Biden administration has lifted a de facto ban on American military contractors deploying to Ukraine to help the country's military maintain and repair U.S.-provided weapon systems, particularly F-16 fighter jets and Patriot air defense systems, an official with direct knowledge of the plan told CNN. The new policy, approved earlier this month before the election, would allow the Pentagon to provide contracts to American companies for work inside Ukraine for the first time since Russia invaded in 2022. Officials said they hope it will speed up the maintenance and repairs of weapon systems being used by the Ukrainian military. It is not clear whether Donald Trump will keep the policy in place when he takes office in January. Trump has said he hopes to end the war between Ukraine and Russia within 24 hours of returning to power. In order to help Ukraine repair and maintain military equipment provided by the U.S. and its allies, Department of Defense is soliciting bids for a small number of contractors who will help Ukraine maintain the assistance we've already provided, a defense official said. These contractors will be located far from the front lines, and they will not be fighting Russian forces. They will help Ukrainian armed forces rapidly repair and maintain U.S.-provided equipment as needed, so it can be quickly returned to the front lines. The defense official confirmed that the U.S. is moving forward with the plan because several of the systems the U.S. has provided Ukraine, particularly F-16s and Patriots, require specific technical expertise to maintain. The shift marks another significant change in the Biden administration's Ukraine policy as the U.S. looks for ways to give Ukraine's military an upper hand against Russia. The Pentagon is expected to start listing the contracts online soon, the official said. Over the last 2 years, Biden has insisted that all Americans, and particularly U.S. troops, stay far away from the Ukrainian front lines. The White House has been determined to limit both the danger to Americans and the perception, particularly by Russia, that the U.S. military is engaged in combat there. The State Department has explicitly warned Americans against traveling to Ukraine since 2022. As a result, U.S.-provided military equipment that has sustained significant damage in combat has had to be transported out of the country to Poland, Romania, or other NATO countries for repairs, a process which takes time. U.S. troops have also been available to help the Ukrainians with more routine maintenance and logistics, but only from afar via video chat or secure phone, an arrangement that has come with inherent limitations, since U.S. troops and contractors are not able to work directly on the systems.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Also, if you want to support Warthog Defense, please become our member and get early access to new videos, exclusive members-only videos, and become administrator in comment section. The membership link is in the description.
Every day. We had a guy last week, it's 6 rescues in 6 days. You know, he's doing the job every day.